Some of the greatest challenges for me and my students, I think, is the diversity of the students' needs. As I've been trained in responsive classroom, open circle, project adventure, which is more non-academic things, but trying to get the children to feel comfortable. I think you need to set what are you going to do for each student and what is that goal for that day or that week. I feel I need to be with all my students, my special ed students as well as my average students as well as my gifted students. And I need to be driving all of them to the next level. Our model in my specific classroom is truly an inclusionary model where outside help comes to us. We have physical therapists coming in, occupational therapists coming in, ESL teachers coming in. We find that we can meet the needs of the student much better because it's not being pulled out, and then when he comes back to the classroom, he or she, they have no connection to what they were doing. We're all going toward the same common goal, and not everybody has their own agenda. Okay, group answers. Group answers. Let's do parts of speech. Parts of speech, let's start with nouns. Common or proper nouns? Dwayne?
This is just a guess.
A guess? I love guesses.
Begun?
Begun. Would begun be a person? No? It would be a thing. What do you do if you begin to do something? Is that showing action? Or is that an item like a desk?
It's showing action.
It's showing action. So would that be a verb or it would be a noun?
A verb.
A verb. So do you want to think that it's a noun or do you want to wait until you think it's time for a verb?
Wait until it's time to verb.
Excellent. Good choice. You'll see that some of the students will say, well, I have a guess. And that's great. They feel able that they don't have to be right. I don't want them always to feel they have to be right because it's how they got to that answer that's just as important as what their answer is. Okay, if you agree, we'll stand up. If you disagree, head to the table. 1, 2, 3, go. Excellent. All right, I'm going to move on to pronouns. Okay, Tyler.
There is a pronoun because it replaces the names of the Girl Scouts.
Okay, if you agree, left hand to left ear. If you disagree, left hand to left foot. Ready? Go. Good listening. Excellent. So let's move on to verbs then. Action verbs, linking or helping verbs. Jordan.
Work is an action verb.
Work is an action verb. If you agree with Jordan, we're going to go, yes, Jordan. If not, we're going to go, just a polite little Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes, Jordan.
All right, action verb. Any other verbs or linking verbs? Maddie.
No. Have is a verb. No.
Have is a verb. If we agree, yes. If not, 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes, Maddie.
All right, excellent. Linking or helping verb. Stephen, name one of the 2 things I need in a prepositional phrase.
Adverb, adjective.
No, think a minute for a prepositional phrase.
Adverb.
Stephen, right up here. If this is a preposition.
I know.
What?
Conjunction.
No, not a conjunction. That's all right. Good guess. Good guess. Call on someone, Stephen, to help you out.
Should I tell him the answer? Should I help him?
No, you're helping him by telling him what you think the answer is.
You need a noun and a preposition because it's called a preposition.
Okay, so what's the other thing we need? Hannah.
Yes.
The question is, name one of the 2 things I need in a prepositional phrase.
I got both. Can I say them?
Say one.
A noun.
A noun. I have one girl that's hearing impaired, and again, it's just teaching myself to do things a little differently. I can never talk with my back to her, like on the board. I always have to be facing her because she reads lips extremely well. The other thing is, again, getting to know her well so she feels comfortable if she misses something. Okay, when you finish your sentences, please go to your analogies. Here's our first one. Time is to clock as wait is to blank. Now remember, pick what kind of analogy it is first as a group, and you will have 1 minute. Go.
Right.
Yes.
Scale.
Okay, so that's a possibility. Go to the next one. What else could it be?
It could be action object.
What's my action? What's my action? So what does a clock do, Ruben? It ticks?
Yeah, it could be hours.
Okay, so a clock is telling the time. Okay, so is clock, what kind of word is clock? Is that a thing?
A noun.
So it's a noun. So one of those two things, would you be able to tell me, if it was action, I'd have to have an action word. Is there an action word up there?
No.
No. So let's keep going. You have action, agent, object.
I think it's
I don't think. Could be object function.
So what's the object?
Clock.
Clock, and what's the function?
Telling time.
Oh, that sounds good. So you guys keep talking.
Object function.
Do we have our answer yet?
What do
Dwayne, you
why,
can put that
why
away
do you
right now, please.
it's particle?
Okay.
I think it's particle because if you didn't have time, you would want clock. And we think. No, it's the better answer.
object function.
Excellent, thank you. All right, group one. Group one, that's Jordan's group. What did you come up with?
Object function.
Object function. Okay, not yet. Group two, you'll be group two.
Object function.
You agree?
Yeah.
Group three,
Classification.
classification. Group four,
Object function.
oh, you guys changed.
I know. Yeah.
Good, I like that you listened with an open mind. Fill in the blank. How many groups don't need time? You already have the answer?
Yep.
All right, that was easy. Okay, let's start with group four.
Scale.
Group three.
Scale.
Group two.
Scale.
Group one.
Scale.
Wow, you all agree. And you are correct. Excellent.
Scale.
I have one student that is ADHD. He's very active and he has difficulty containing himself for a period of time, and it takes a lot of his energy. So I say what my expectations are. He really has part in what he feels he can do. And then we'll say, okay, these 2 periods where I'm teaching, that's where you have to focus the most. And right after that, we have a group activity where you can get up and you can relax a little and let some of your energy out. So we're not looking at... And one of my other students is PDD, which is pervasive developmental disorder, and he also has Asperger's. And on the realm of PDD, you have autistic on one side, and you have Asperger's on the other side. And so there's 4 different realms within that: social, physical, academic, and behavior. And not every student would have all 4 of those. One of the biggest things to understand about this child is he has an extremely high anxiety. So a little thing can push him off. And we talked about this as a whole class. We talked about this boy who, when we come to school, we might have our anxiety level here. Well, when he comes to school, it's already here. So for us, if one thing goes wrong, we come here. He goes over the top. His aide and I meet all the time. We meet with a team of people and talk about, we want him to feel comfortable in the classroom. We want to try to decrease his anxiety. Our goal is that he stays in the classroom and that he doesn't have to leave the classroom. So there are times he's doing his own thing with his aide, sometimes on the computer, sometimes doing math games. But a lot of times I will find that I'll be doing a lesson, he'll be at the back table doing something else, but all of a sudden he'll interject something into the classroom. Michael, how do you spell nonsense? S. E. Excellent. And we don't want to push him too fast because then he'll backtrack. And sometimes he does backtrack and we can't figure out why, but that's the way he's built. And he's extremely bright. So it's really making the other kids seeing that he is an intelligent boy. He just has this problem that we're trying to help him with so that he can be successful in our environment. When I'm teaching, I always teach to the top and then scaffold down to the kids who need it. I have a special ed background, which I went back for because I found in so many of my classrooms I had these diverse needs, and I felt I didn't want to go into special ed, but it certainly has helped me in my own classroom to have this background so that when people are throwing all these OT, PT, PDD, IEP, I know what all that is because I also had that same training, and I can disagree with them or agree with them, but be able to back up why I believe that. All right, excellent job. Find a chair. We're going to shake out before you go to an extra recess, so here we go. Find your space.
I got me a chair.
And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes. Good job. Line up, please.